be the one who could write the perfect song just to show you that I've won. But I'll have to tie my laces if I'm gonna make it.
I won't lie, watching these episodes here, I got hit with the nostalgia of everything even more so than the starting episodes. I've been thinking much more about my career as a YouTuber and the 10,000 hours or so that I've thrown into the field. I honestly don't think I would have hit that vast improvement I did without meeting a certain key speaker for OVX. Throughout all of my struggles, the one that I was fighting for the most at this moment was legitimacy. And I'll be focusing more on the messages in the videos because this week is where the whole legitimacy comes to pass.
So I'll be honest with you all. This week I had a bit of a rut. Though rather than cramming through until I have some mediocre half-baked idea, I'll just take advantage of this rut while I can. You see, I've known this day was going to come as far back as the 3rd episode. But listen, just because you hit a rut doesn't mean you should quit. Truth of the matter is, I've been almost ready for the rut, not hoping for it to be soon, and it lasted a full 2 months until it got here. And that's good much longer and results would have been unoriginal, uninspired. Mind you, that's not a good place for a show named Inspirations. This rut will keep me honest, having to dig deeper, make me better in the long run. You see the roadblock as the hurrah before some smooth sailing. And hey, if you hit the roadblock often, you'll have more time to reconsider than most. And in all in all, likely the better outcome. See you all next week on the other end of the block, the Chicken Man.
This one is a bit of a unique one, and I don't think I would have had the cleverness to pull out the concept of staying honest quite like it again. Everyone hits the point where they can't think of anything new to keep going for the time being. The shortest I can condense this down to is take the time to think and don't force out a bad product. Anyways, let's go into episode 12.
So, stuck with the cold that I usually get once, maybe twice a year. Oh well, you guys get a semi-smooth voice. Thank you, Canada Dry Ginger Ale, you are my friend. But I decided to go back and watch some of my older videos. For some reason, something wasn't sitting right. And I looked back to find it to be some old reflex that I have. It is difficult for me to show my emotion. I don't know if any of you guys have anything similar to this. It's just strange. Me truly feeling emotion was just something that made me feel vulnerable. Even though I wasn't, in my youth, I couldn't express even a joyous emotion. Something just held me back. Especially when I was expressing thanks at something that came at a cost to somebody else. There was just this feeling that if I spoke deeply about myself, my values, and things other than small talk, it would just leave me open to people being disappointed in me. I apologize for going deep there into my past. Yet, I felt that this needed adjustment. Not just to you, but to the several others that I meant to truly talk to and yet got held up short by this flaw. The feeling of knowing that I am improving. I couldn't live perfect, I simply couldn't. Thanks, episode 9 me. I don't want to live perfect, and I don't. Don't worry, subs. To get even with you, I must first get even with myself. Here comes your inspiration. The cream of the crop from my stream of 16-year-old wisdom. No matter how rough it is, your hardest challenge will be yourself. Success comes in overcoming not your competition, not the bigger fish, but yourself. You know it to be true. You are your toughest judge, your most critical critic. Go overcome yourself, reach new heights, reach new stars. It won't be a picnic, oh no. But that's the joy meaning of a challenge.
It hits me right into the nostalgia. Oh, how it hits. I actually forgot about the time that I wouldn't speak up, or not say the things that I wanted to say. I'd say something dull and lackluster because I simply wanted not to put myself out there exposed. In previous episodes, I dropped my fears off a little bit at a time. I was able to become more personal with every passing episode. It wasn't the kind of thing that I realized right then, but if there was a moment where I truly broke out of that shell, it was certainly then, September 16th, 2016. Not to mention, I did all this while dealing with a cold.
Okay, so today I am going to talk about love. And for those of you standing up right at this moment going, ooh, settle down, please. Also, for the horror movie buffs that find irony in me talking about love on my 13th episode, please settle down too. Often today, or actually all time, love is shown as just as something to do with romance, or that feeling you have for family you can't really explain but you just roll with anyways. Unfortunately, it's just overlooking the real value of love itself. I can explain love as simply the realization that something aids to emotionally complete your being. In better English, they make you a better you. Makes sense, and you feel this great feeling when someone makes you better, and only dread when someone doesn't make you feel as if you're improving yourself. Now, for what I have to say, most will go, nah, this is too awkward. Go to your best friends. Tell them you love them. If they're confused, just show them this video. If they're still confused, hey, at least I'll look like the weirdo instead of you, right? Finally, honestly, I love you guys. Seriously, your support as I dig through improving myself and my goal to improve all of you in the process. It's a win-win really, but thank you. It has helped me improve myself and my life. And hopefully yours too. Hey, now you can't say the Chicken Man wasn't spreading the love.
It was at this time that I had entered into a relationship. My head was in the stars, and I was complete. Nothing could be wrong with the world. And so I made this, and showed my appreciation for agape love.
Okay, so this episode, I'm not going to throw caution into the wind. I'm saying that merely because this episode is going to be about the exercise of caution. So, indeed, I believe fully that people can keep going in their dreams. Yet, with personal experience, if you do as you think willy-nilly, haphazardly even, no matter how hard you try, you won't go anywhere. Half the work is technique, which is part-time, and part attention. Some of these weeks I am honestly not as confident or enthusiastic in these videos as others. Heck, I've actually rewritten my whole script twice this week. Partially because I deemed the scripts as a backward step to what I work for, but that's where planning and technique and, yes, persistence come in. A motivated growth lifestyle indeed requires you to act, yet think before doing so. Think about what you want for yourself in the long term. Focus less on the short term. Even if you live day by day, do so in knowing what you prepare to come for you one day. Also keep your mind open. One does not give you all that you need to continue. No, bits and pieces form together in your own unique plan. I've heard life-changing lessons from people most deemed fools, because I kept my mind open and caught the right sentence. Again, I'm not perfect. I don't have myself a master life plan, but I am forming one that leads to what I know I can be. Think about your own plan. Also, a plan B doesn't hurt.
A good commentary on the phrase, work smarter, not harder. I did this at the point because I was not a very good follower of this advice, and did pretty good making things hard on myself. Still do it sometimes actually, but much less than before.
So, there was a drama scene recently. I won't go into the details, because frankly, those details are unnecessary. You know, people afraid, tempers run high, that sort of thing. But the inspiration for this episode is that my joy for the fact that my friends solved the situation at hand peacefully. The problems that gave fear connected all closer together. That's when I realized, in your struggles, some days you just gotta sit down and celebrate. Sometimes when you get too wrapped up, you forget what you were working for, and the joy of what you were working for. So, in the celebration upon Facebook chat, all us friends banded closer together, listening to the song you are listening to now. Celebrate. Yeah, I think you guys are getting the theme. Just know that your struggles make you who you are and reward yourselves aptly to getting through your lively struggles. Also, take this moment to think for those you dislike. They have their own struggles too, you know. This hindsight would stop so many people from misunderstandings such as the one that happened right before the script. Also, soak in the fact that peace was made on the day of the Nobel Peace Prize Awards. Soak that in and the joy and justice that actions make. Never go down. Celebrate, of course. That and the fact that this week was so good that I've had 2 inspiring events before Wednesday. I went to a field trip to represent my school's OVX club, among 3 people. Most of the events are not important to this episode, though. It's root cause to celebrate the self-improvement that I've been working on so far. When a convention person says that you're among the friendliest people you've ever seen for years, humble brag, humble brag. Sorry. Also, that and video editing apparently was an important skill. All cause to celebrate. But, for you guys, don't worry about your struggles. Celebrate your victories. Now, don't pop the champagne every time you score a goal, but feel happy for your accomplishments. Because truthfully, above all, that is what us humans desire, the feeling of accomplishment. I'm at the busiest time of my life, but I'm more excited than ever. You can be too! Commit to your struggles! Chicken Man out! Probably to listen to that tune again.
So, this episode was written in like 15 minutes after finally getting through a drama challenge that had been plaguing me and a few of my friends for over a week. That part of the episode is nice and all, but the part that really kicked up the nostalgia for me, and I'm surprised I didn't go into detail into it then, was exactly what happened at that OVX conference. You see, the key speaker there was this really cool guy that was this environmental activist. He showed us some meditation as part of the icebreaker and was self-actualized. As it turns out, that means that he is in terms with who he is and what his lot in life is. Very good terms. Either way, me being proud of this new thing that I was doing, wanting to show this guy the motivational things I was doing, I was probably expecting some advice to get better, or maybe even a sorry kid. Instead, he actually pulled out his phone and looked it up. He watched not 1, but 2 episodes. He looked at me and said, "The things you discussed were very wise for your age. Those are the words of an adult." All day he was super supportive of me and all the opinions that I had to say about things. From here on out, I worked with an ever-increased fervor. I had something I hadn't before: legitimacy. It went from something kinda neat that a few of my friends watched, but I'd never have actually imagined people would like, into something appreciated. And from there on, it would only gain more traction. Well, that's it for story time today. Catch you guys in the next one. Shazone out.